Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Double C Outdoors. And today we're going to talk about jigs. Yes, jigs and how I'm going to prepare them for fishing in the summer. Okay, and my last video I did day before yesterday, I think. I kind of went off on a rant about it was supposed to be a how to fish in the summer video. It ended up being towards the end. It ended up being how to fish a jig video. So if you want to go back and get a good laugh, go watch that one. There was some stuff in there about fishing this summer, but let's talk about jigs and how I'm going to prepare them. So in the summer, you're mostly going to be casting for big fish out deep, and what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a football head jig. This is a football head jig, right out of the package. I haven't even put a trailer on this jig yet. I actually just took it out of the package. I found it in the bottom of my boat, in the bottom of my bait box in my boat. It's got more of a, not a super stout weed guard like a flipping jig would, a little bit looser weed guard. And straight out of the package, what I'm going to do is, let me find, one second. There goes a spinner bait. Alright, so straight out of the pack, I got this jig. Skirt's the same, weed guard's the same. So what I'm going to do straight out of the pack with this jig is I'm going to take a chunk, or whatever I'm going to use for a trailer, which could be anything as far as, like I use this, a crack and crawl, Goodwin Squad crack and crawl. I use that for a trailer. I don't know. I might have a bandito bug. Crawl in my other box here. Alright, yeah. This is a bandito bug. I use that as a trailer a lot. Or a menace grub, or like a Z-Crawl Jr. I use that a lot. So that's the three main trailers I use a lot. But for the summer and the winter, there's going to be two things I use, and that's going to be like a crack and crawl, a crawl style bait, and I could even put like a baby brush hog in the back. I'm just trying to make it big and bulky to get those big fish to eat. So if I don't necessarily want a ton of action, I'm going to go with like a beaver style bait. So here's a Berkley beaver. This is the power. Yeah, this is the power bait. No, this one, I have it. It's in here with a bunch of power baits. This one, that smells like a power bait. It's a Berkley beaver. It has no action. It's kind of just flows like a chunk. But I'm gonna get a bigger one. Here we go. So that's what I'm gonna put on the back most of the time. When I'm just trying to bulk up a jig, which I can use this beaver. I'll even put one on a flipping jig in the or like a pro model jig. Jeez, there's a lot of air in this bag. In the cold of winter, and most people just buy a chunk. Everybody makes a chunk. Goodwin makes a chunk. Berkley makes a chunk. Everybody makes a chunk. You can go buy a chunk. I already have beavers at the house, so that's what I use. This is a Berkley beaver. I use Strike King beavers, the Reaction Innovations beavers. I forgot, Strike King. That's a KVD perfect plastic beaver. Forgot what rodent. That's what he called it. The baby rodent. I use that, or I'll use the normal size rodent. So what I'm gonna do, try out the package. The first thing I'm gonna do is put on a trailer. That's the first thing I do when I grab a bait straight out of the package, jig. So I'm just gonna pull it up on there, and I'm just gonna see what it looks like. So that seems a little big to me. I don't know. I don't know how y'all see that very well. It's just a tad bit big. Well, yeah, just a tad bit big to me. So since it's power bait, I'm not gonna buy it off. I don't want to eat all that. So I'm just gonna take my scissors. I'm gonna cut, probably a half inch off. Take my scissors, cut a half inch off. and now it's just normal old thing. I'm going to take this, and this is a black and blue beaver, and this is more of a, I don't know what color, like a brim, or like some people make baits called baby blue, or blue baby or whatever. That'd be a good trailer for this. I don't have any, so I'm going to use black and blue straight up. So I'm going to pull the skirt down like that. And instead of, most people pull the weed guard up. I don't like to do that. I don't like to mess up my weed guards. I just push my weed guard too until I get my hook where I want it on my trailer. And just slide it up. There we go. Pull this up, just like that. There we go. We got the jig. It's got the beaver on the back, and it's more bulked up now compared to a like this. This is more bulky than this. This is a 5/8 ounce football head jig. I want to say VM. It's called PB&J is the color, 5/8 ounce, and this is a I don't know who makes this one. This is just a football head jig. This is a 3/4 ounce though, so it's going to be a little bit bigger head wise though. Skirt is not that much bigger. I've actually had these jigs for a while. I bought both of these jigs the same time in February. I was at Toledo Bend fishing tournament, and I bought 2 jigs and never even used this one. I went straight up with the 5/8 ounce to try. We didn't even end up fishing deep, but I used it a little bit on points. So I'm going to take my scissors now, and I don't like my skirt to touch my chunk. So anywhere where my skirt touches the little legs of my chunk, I'm going to cut it. I don't like to trim my skirts too much, so I'm just going to take it just like I'm cutting hair or something. I'm just going to trim a little bit off of there, just like that. Even in the back. If it touches my chunk, I don't want it on there. And people, y'all might be saying, well, it just takes off the bulk of your jig. Well, if I pitch this down there, so that's it afterwards. Skirt's a little bit smaller, but it's not touching my chunk anywhere. And there's still some long strands in there, and yes, it is beefing down my jig, but I don't want it touching my legs. It's more of a, I don't know, like it glides down than kicks like a Rage Menace or something. But still, when this jig falls down and it's like that, and I'm dragging it or I'm hopping it or whatever I'm doing, they're not going to be paying attention much as to the skirt than they are this big chunk back here. And when I'm fishing deep, normally, I'm not looking for a bunch of small ones. I'll go up shallow and catch me some small ones. Alright? If I'm going to go deep, I'm mainly looking for some bigger fish. And with my bigger fish, bigger bait. So I'm probably going to end up throwing something a little bit bigger. So you might be saying, well, in the summer, what can I use that has action that's a chunk, that's chunkier, that get those bigger bites? Well, you can use a crawl and probably still get those big bites. I'm not saying you won't, or a menace grub or something. I would throw anything. You can get it off of just about anything. You get a bite on just about anything. But this is what I'm going to use. I mean, it's summer. It's July the 3rd. So, happy 4th of July, even though it's not the 4th of July. Probably won't be uploading a video tomorrow. It's 4th. But happy Independence Weekend kind of thing. So that's my jig afterwards, and I like my jigs bulky when I'm fishing deep, just because I'm looking for that bigger bite. And that's why I bulk up my jigs. But like I got this one. They don't have a big trailer. It's not a big bulky trailer. I throw that down there, and it ain't gonna matter. I put a longer trailer on this, so it's not touching the little twirly things on my chunk. That's a back of a baby brush hog. Same thing, just about though. But that's pretty much what I'm going to use, and that works really well. Second is we're still talking. I mean, it's still summer. Okay, I'm not going deep yet. I need to get. I don't have any deep spots. I don't know where they are. Bigger bite up shallow. What am I gonna do? Well, this is what I do. This is what I would say go to. And this big fella right here. This is a 3/4 ounce black and blue Guggen Thick jig. It's got a black and blue Guggen Kraken Craw on the back. It's not touching my little legs, so I'm happy. It's not touching my legs. This is what I'm going to go to. This is a flipping jig. See, it's got the big old head on it, and it stands up when I pitch it in there. Got a good line tie, and it's going to go in and out of the cover really well. One of my favorite jigs is this jig. See, it's got 3/4 written on the back. I don't know if y'all can see that as well as I can. Let's see here. I doubt y'all can see that. Maybe just a little bit. There's 3/4 written right there. 3/4 is written down. But that's what I'm gonna go to, or something like this. This is what I got. This is what I had this Kraken Craw rigged up on. This is a punch rig. Alright, this is a slither rig. Punch rig, slither rig. This is a 1 ounce. Black and blue 1 ounce. I use black and blue on a lot of things. I normally have a 4 to a 5/0 big heavy flipping hook, Trokar big heavy flipping hook on it. And I'll put a Kraken Craw or a Bandito bug on the back, depending on what I'm flipping. Or heck, I would go with a baby brush hog, or I would go with any kind of creature style bait, even a beaver, a trench hog, anything like that. That's what I would use up shallow when it comes to jigs. And if you're going to use a slither rig, punch rig, peg it, because it'll just slide up and down your line if you don't. Alright. Well, this video is not near as long as anything else, but hey, I'm about to film another one. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video, man. Take care. Make sure to always keep fishing. See y'all in the next video.